Therefore, Paul said in Romans chapter 3, verse 28, therefore, we conclude that man is justified by faith apart from the deeds of the law. I guess it's time for a recap. If we had seen, as we have seen so far this week, people can't be justified by works, but by faith in Jesus. We looked at yesterday that the process of justification by faith alone is how God deals with the sinful people to make them fit for his presence. Or, in other words, seen as being righteous. I guess the question, I have a question, and I've literally have asked hundreds of people. And that question is, if you were to die today, and you were to stand before God at the gates of heaven, and he were to ask you, why should I let you into my perfect heaven? What would you tell him? Now, most born-again Christians generally say, because Jesus died for my sins, and when they say that, I shake hands, give them a high five, send them on their way, okay? But this answer shows that the person has an understanding that something had to be done to solve their sin problem. However, the answer is only half correct. Jesus' death on the cross served as the punishment for our sins. Look at it this way. When a person comes to Jesus, their slate is wiped clean. You see, before a person can come to God, the great I Am demands that that person be righteous. Therefore, at the moment God justifies a person, he legally, and this is God's law, he has legally transferred that person's sin onto Jesus Christ on the cross so many years ago. It's kind of cool when you think about it, isn't it? And the transfer of righteousness of Christ is then given to that person. 2 Corinthians 5:21 tells us, for he has made him to be sin for us, who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of God. That is, the righteousness Christ gained as he lived as a man under the law, yet sinned not. Romans chapter 5, verse 19. For as by one man's, that's Adam's, disobedience, many were made sinners, so by the obedience of one shall be made righteous. If you are a believer, you have been justified. That means God has determined that he will not regard you as a sinner anymore. That he sees you as one of his saints. And that's all I got for today. God bless.